Grace and peace, God's people, and good morning to you. Pastor Sims giving you your Master Your Morning tip, number 22. Today's tip is they will think you're crazy. And they will think you're crazy until they do not think you're crazy. Why am I saying that? Because crazy is stupid or obscene or out of control or wrong or abnormal. And you will be called crazy until you are called a genius. Good morning, Sister Davis. You will be called crazy. You will be called out of your mind until what you're doing is proven to work. Now, many people say that doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is crazy. But also, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is also faith. It's also farming. It's also anybody that wants to produce anything. You have to understand that you're going to have a season where it's going to be desolate. You're going to have a season where there's going to be no production. You're going to have a season like an apple tree where the apple tree takes 3 years to even sprout fruit from the tree. It takes 3 years for apples to produce fruit. You may be like the redwood trees in the forest, where it takes 20 years for that tree to develop. And so they're going to call you crazy. They're going to say that your idea doesn't make sense. They're going to say that you're doing things that nobody else is doing. But you're going to be like Daniel, who shut himself up in his home and prayed 5 times a day. And it wasn't until somebody called him crazy, somebody told him that things were wrong, somebody told him that what he was doing was not going to work, that he was then thrown into the lion's den, and God brought him out of that lion's den. Why? Because folks thought what he was doing was crazy. Folks thought that what he was making happen didn't make any sense. But I'm telling you today, on this Sunday morning, if you want to master your morning, you want to be a master of your own self, you want to be disciplined in your own self, you want to make sense of your life, you want to do things God's way, then you're going to do the things that don't make sense. Moses goes and hits the rock instead of tapping the rock, instead of touching the rock, instead of speaking to the rock like God told him to. Why does he have that problem? Because doing it God's way doesn't make sense. Joshua in the battle of Jericho, when he goes into the battle to battle the Canaanites in the promised land, he says we were small in our own eyes, and the Jebusites were there, the Jechusites, the Jerusites were there, and it don't make no sense. Everybody else, till 12 spies go, 10 spies say, we can't do it. We are as grasshoppers, small little people compared to the huge people that we're going to face. There's no way we're going to make it happen. And Joshua and Caleb, who had a different spirit, said we're well able to take over. Why? Because they had what everybody else thought was crazy. Mordecai comes to Esther. He says, listen, you need to go in there. You need to talk to the king or all the Jews might die. She says, I can't do that. I'm only his wife. Mordecai says, if you don't do it, God's going to do it for us. But everybody in your family is not going to make it. And then she says, well, somebody pray for me and I'm going to make it happen. Because even in her own mind, sometimes what you about to do sounds crazy. What God has spoken in your spirit sounds even crazy to you. Sounds like it will not work out. But they're going to call you crazy until they don't call you crazy no more. Everybody's going to call you crazy until they start calling you successful. Everybody's going to call you crazy until they say it worked out. Everybody's going to call you crazy. Everybody's going to call you stupid. Everybody's going to call you silly until things work out in your favor. Saints of the Most High God, please don't give up on your mission because everybody else thinks it's crazy or you think it's crazy. Keep fighting and watch God form those crazy ideas into great things. You all be blessed for the day.